Hello, dear friends, and thanks for tuning into Taste Radio, the #1 podcast for anyone building a business in food or beverage. I'm Ray Latif, the editor and producer of Taste Radio, and I'm with my co-hosts for this episode, Jackie Brugliera, Mike Schneider, and Melissa Traverse. In this episode, we sit down with Namik Sultan, the founder and CEO of Ginger Labs, a fast-growing New York-based beverage company that markets organic, cold-pressed ginger shots and prebiotic drinks. Appropriate prebiotic drinks for the conversation we're about to have, but I don't want to...
Foreshadowing, Ray. Foreshadowing.
Yes, but I don't want to skip over Ginger Labs. Namik and his team have built an incredible brand over there. Every single time I see one of their shots in New York City, if they happen to be in the office, I will grab as many as I can get my hands on.
Those are so good. The ginger amount is BevNet approved. Like, you're going to feel the ginger.
It'll burn your face off in the best way.
Yes.
Not quite. It's just about, though.
Well,
close.
Yeah, I think you're right about that, though, because I think sometimes you have some of those juice shots or functional shots, and they feel a little bit more watered down. Mm-hmm. Like, where's the ginger? Where's the turmeric? And
where's the beef?
Yeah, where's the beef? You're dating yourself, Mike. You're dating yourself.
I want to feel knocked out a little bit by the ginger, like,
me
whoa.
too.
Yeah.
Or the fact is you can do it in small sips as opposed to just shooting the entire thing back.
Yeah.
It's totally a BevNet thing. And the nice thing about that is if you want to make a sparkling beverage with it, you've got plenty of ginger to do it. If you want to take it as a shot, you can take it as a shot. I mean, there's so many different things you can do with those shots. And then they've, of course, made their RTD beverage, which is great too.
We talk all about that in the
just a phenomenal product.
Yeah. And they've done such a great job of going deep. I mean, people say go deep before you go wide, but they are such a good example of that in New York City.
And they did something that we normally recommend against, which is use the word ginger, but they're just ginger people. That's what they're doing.
But it's spelled GNGR.
Right.
Labs.
They use the word ginger, GNGR. They branded that. They're just, they're wearing ginger all the time.
Did you listen to my interview before it was published, Melissa? Because you nailed the inch wide, mile deep kind of aspect of what they do.
We actually talked to GNGR on the Non-Base podcast
There you go.
as well. Yeah. So we've got some synergies there.
I didn't ask Namik.
Gingers.
I didn't ask Namik if they're going to make their way to San Diego, because this entire time Jackie's had a big smile on her face, being like, I love that brand. Please make your way to the West Coast.
I know. Whenever I am on the East Coast, I also have like 5 in my bag, because usually we're like making a challenge, like how many can you take in one sitting?
It's the East Coast Erewhon shot.
Yes, exactly.
Everyone knows the germ warfare shot.
Oh my goodness. That one's potent.
I mean, I was trying to get some sent to you while you were in the pen last week, Mike. But unfortunately,
did you tell everyone I was in federal last week?
Yeah, we did.
Oh,
you didn't listen to the episode?
I mean,
you didn't have a chance to at this point. Oh, but do they allow podcasts?
They don't allow
in the
podcasts
pen?
in the pen. So
No.
I was.
You should do your own.
Just rotting on the floor.
The pen podcast. You should do your own. You have experience.
Yeah. Again, they wouldn't let me have the equipment, but I did do a podcast while I was in there. I just didn't get recorded.
But only one person heard
right.
it.
It was
you.
me. I had to do my own podcast.
Well, we did fill your canteen. I hope you were able to purchase the things that you needed. Soap and towels and whatnot.
Smokes, towels.
Smokes.
I got some smokes. I got some numpty strikes.
Okay. Well, Melissa, you were on your own vacation last week, but we're glad you're back, because Non-Base doesn't exist without Melissa. So,
yes. Oh, sorry. I'm still having flashbacks.
Yeah, Non-Base is back as I am back, and we've got some pretty fun stuff for everybody out there. So make sure you head over to nonbase.com if you haven't done it recently, because we now have a data hub. We've had it up for a little bit, and we've got some great data reports up. We've got Fabid with some funding trends. So if you're raising money or you're thinking about raising money, definitely head over there to see what's going on. We also have spins with snack innovation trends and soda trends. So check those out for sure. And then on the podcast tip, we just released some great episodes. We had Whims and AO talking about how to scale. It's how to scale ops without sinking. David McCormick is from AO. He's the co-founder of AO. He's just such an amazing resource. He's worked just about everywhere at Whole Foods Market, City Ops, a bunch of brands, and he and Jesse Baruch really get into it. We also had Kyle Kohler from Wild Way and Kara Posner from Giannuzzi Lewandin talking about distributor contracts. So lots of tricks of the trade and great ways not to get stuck. And then this week we are launching an episode with Chomps.
Take a breath. Wow. So much going on a Name's podcast.
I mean, it was down while I was down, so we got a lot to catch up on. So Nambase.com, go over there, check it out, and let us know what you think on the Nambase
I'm
Slack.
super excited about the cannabis content in particular. I mean, there's some great content on Nambase podcast, formulation, legal advice, investing advice, all of the good stuff, solving problems. If you have an idea for the Nambase podcast, ask at tasteradio.com or
just head over to the Nambase Slack, slack.bevnet.com.
There you go.
I did use my canteen dollars to buy some Goodmellow and some Plift while I was in the clink.
Nice. You're introducing fellow inmates to better for you
I
products
didn't know
and
that
brands.
they
I
offered
like
that at the canteen. That's very...
I was in Marion, you guys. I was on the beach. I was having a good time. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You didn't make the prison liquor with like ketchup and toilet water.
Yeah, ketchup and toilet water. I'll give you my recipe later.
What do they
Just
call it?
send an email to ask@tasteradio.com if you want my cocktail.
What do they call that? Pruno? Pruno is
Yeah.
Someone should make a brand called Pruno, and it's just like crappy wine.
There was
that comes
like
in a
a-
plastic bag.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Probably someone's tried it. There was like some kind of just weird syrupy thing on the wall that I used as well. I'm not sure what it was.
Okay,
think
you know
that
what? No,
counts.
hold on.
This
We
is
can't,
getting
this is a step too far, Mike. We gotta get out of this.
You might not be able to get that ingredient from,
Okay.
I'm a
Blue
Pruno
Pacific
connoisseur, so.
or from any of our
This is too
partners.
much being revealed. Just way too much being revealed here. Once again, Melissa's revealing a bit of her sordid past.
Yeah.
She back in the early '90s. It sounds like maybe or late '90s. You had your own thing going on. It was,
desperate times, desperate measures.
okay. Yes. Yes.
The 90s were that time.
Yeah,
They really
for
were
sure,
that
for
time
sure.
to get a little wild.
Yeah, yeah.
Less responsibility in this world. So as I alluded to, we're going to be talking about some prebiotic news, and that is the news that apparently, as I knock things over, apparently
Ray's excited.
some departments at PepsiCo didn't get the memo that the company bought Poppi, which is a brand of prebiotic sodas, and they paid quite a bit for it, $1.65 billion. This is actually 1.95, but there was a tax savings and so on and so forth. So anywho, Pepsi announced that they're launching a new prebiotic cola online this fall. So Pepsi Prebiotic Cola is a new 2 SKU line featuring 3 grams of prebiotic fiber per 12-ounce can. Black Friday is the day, of course, because everyone wants prebiotic Pepsi for Christmas. So
Yummy.
I'm such an asshole. I'm sorry.
You said it. You said what we're all been thinking.
Yeah. Okay. So it's coming in original cola and cherry vanilla flavors, 5 grams of cane sugar, 30 calories, and no artificial sweeteners. So, I'm curious about this. Melissa, you have some thoughts.
I think it makes perfect sense. You have the folks who are already into Poppi, maybe more into better for you products. And then the rest of the population who are Pepsi fans have a way to be introduced to it. And that now Pepsi has all of the data that Poppi has accrued over the years. So I think it makes sense.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Jackie, your thoughts?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously they took the secrets of Poppi and put Pepsi on it. I don't know. They're going after obviously their main demographic and the people that are drinking Pepsi every day and trying to offer a better for you option and testing into that and seeing how it goes. But yeah, I still think people are going to drink Poppi. I hope that Poppi doesn't go away. They have just like a lot of strong brand equity. They have, the better for you consumer that is looking for Poppi. I personally wouldn't pick up a Pepsi because, yeah, they have those claims, but I still don't know what else they're putting in it. Whereas I feel more strongly to grabbing a Poppi and have more confidence in it. But yeah, it is interesting. I know that they also had previewed like a prebiotic soda in the past and then didn't launch it. So this has always been on their radar. And I feel like they're just testing into the Pepsi equity and distribution and trademark, as well as testing Poppi in their distribution as well.
Yeah, all good points. And as Jackie pointed out, they had prepared to launch a variety or an offshoot of its Soul Boost line, which they discontinued a few years ago, and they were going to launch Soul Boost that had a prebiotic benefit to it, but seemingly scrapped those plans when they bought Poppi. And here's the other weird thing. Poppi got popular, I would think, mostly because of its branding and flavors and low sugar, not because of the functional benefits. So it's interesting that, and it's right on the front of the can. I mean, I'm looking at the photos of what these cans are going to look like, and right at the base of the can, it says prebiotic cola or prebiotic cola cherry vanilla, depending on the flavor. Top of the can says 5 grams of sugar and no artificial sweeteners. So I even think it's going to confuse a lot of people. Like, they're going to be like, what is prebiotic? I mean, how many of these people, how many new consumers are they going to bring to the brand because it says prebiotic? I don't know. Yeah, Mike, you pointed at me. What's up?
Oh, you're not going to ask me a question?
No, I thought that's your opportunity to jump in.
You don't want me to jump in?
Yes, jump in. You have a history of jumping in without me having to ask you.
That's true. I'm pretty good at that. I mean, Jackie's nailed it here in terms of just, Pepsi can basically do whatever they want. And these are two mutually exclusive moves here. So the Pepsi prebiotic thing has been planned for a very long time. I don't know this for sure. This is what I suppose. It's been on the roadmap. They're like, all right, we're going to get a prebiotic soda out there. And they've decided to test it under the Pepsi name to see if the mainstream wants a prebiotic soda. And to see if they can, they have a gateway to getting people into the Poppi brand, or if they should just continue to make prebiotic Pepsi. Now, there's one thing that you're all three missing here is that nobody makes cola like Pepsi and Coke. They're the best at it. And so if you want to test a prebiotic cola, test it under the best possible brand you can test it under. I know Poppi has their colas and they're okay, but they're not Coke and Pepsi at the end of the day. They're still not Coke and Pepsi. Like, those are the best.
You think this is a test?
I'm sure it's a test because they're tests all the time. I mean, they're probably going to test Crystal Pepsi again at some point. They test all kinds of stuff. They test Pepsi Blue in the past. They've tested all kinds of stuff, and this is the season that they typically will pull out a test. Now, I mean, usually it's like a summer innovation or something like that, and it's kind of strange that they've pushed it back, but maybe that's because they're bringing in some of the Poppi playbook or some of the Poppi, formulation playbook into Pepsi to see what they can, on the prebiotic side. I mean, there's a lot of things that could be at play here, but there's nothing that, like, Pepsi putting a prebiotic soda doesn't endanger Poppi at all.
Well, there is some news from the other
Arsenal?
side, so to speak. No.
Here we go? Yeah.
Mike's talking about soccer.
You got Mbeumo. That's a good deal, too.
From the Coke side of things, there is some news as well, and that's that Coke is going to launch a full sugar line extension. So it's going to be a product that's made with sugar instead of high fructose corn syrup. So it's similar in nature to what's called Mexican Coke.
Nice.
There's some,
which is delicious.
Yes, that's the best.
love
that.
That is the best.
Yeah.
Mexican Coke, Mexican Squirt.
Yeah.
All those are the best.
It
In the
tastes
big
better.
bottle, the old school. Oh, so nice.
yeah.
The glass.
It's
Yeah,
not
the glass.
it's not exactly clear when this is going to debut, but James Quincy, who is the chairman and CEO of Coca-Cola, said this edition is designed to complement the company's strong core portfolio and offer more choices across occasions and preferences. Now, This introduction or announcement may be attached to some news of the day. We're not going to get into that, or at least I'm not going to get into that. But good to see that this is happening because it seems like there's a lot of folks who love Mexican Coke or what's described as Mexican Coke. And this gives you another option. I feel like that version is a little bit sweeter, but less syrupy.
I also like the fact that Mexican Coke, at least when I've tried it, comes in a slightly smaller bottle than a regular Coke. I'll be interested to see if they launch with the typical size or go a little bit smaller.
They've got the bigger bottles too for Mexican Coke.
Oh, they do?
There's a few different bottle sizes.
All right, I've only had the smaller one, which I appreciate.
Mike saw it in his canteen.
They put it outside the cell, and you just
they have Mexican Coke in your prison canteen.
Yeah, Mexican Coke and Jarritos.
That's a nice
and
canteen.
they just put them out there, and I'm like, and they dangle them.
They dangle them. Good Lord, that's not nice. That's not a nice thing to do.
No. It's prison.
It is
They're trying
prison.
to reform you. They're trying to be like, it's better out here.
And for a second there, I thought you actually had a tattoo on your arm from when your time in the pen.
Yeah,
because it says something that sounds a little inappropriate. It says DILF, DILF.
Yeah, DILF.
And underneath it says, "Damn, I love Feisty." And this is
Damn, I love Feisty.
Yes, this is also, we're staying on the soda front, but for a different reason. Feisty is a marketer of protein
Maker
soda.
and marketer of protein soda, based in UK. Founder's name is V Cutting. She and her mother, it's a family business, and her mother's the formulator and she's the marketer. She was formerly in the fashion industry, and she's like super fashion forward. And the idea is like, to market this to gym goers. And she's really like embracing the non-mainstream gym goer along with the mainstream gym goer. But in the marketing, it's all pretty kind of, it's meant to shock you a bit. And it's really good stuff. In my hand, I have the white peach and nectarine flavor. Yesterday I had the sour cherry and black currant, which has like, remember those bank suckers that you used to get with the plastic on top and you just kind of rip that off? You know what I'm talking about? When you go to the bank as a kid, you're
like a
were those in your prison canteen as well?
Yeah, those were my prison canteen as well. But they were actually from 1976. So
and you're wondering why we didn't get the reference?
Yeah. So that it kind of brought me back to that flavor. But the original, Jackie, remember when we tried Feisty initially? Yeah. You could still taste the pea protein, and I've just got to give props to V's mother on the formulation here, because it's getting so much better. There's still a little bit of kind of a taste of the protein, but it's mostly a soda.
For pea protein, I feel like that's super impressive. I've certainly had a number of whey protein products where you can barely taste it, but for pea protein, that's really impressive.
Yeah, no added sugar and only 67 calories. I might amplify that. It's a pretty small line on the top of the can.
No added sugar, 67 calories. The big play on the can is the 10 grams of protein, which I think, again, you guys know I'm not like a big fan of the vertical, but I think it works here, and it's a cool can. It's fun to hold. I like the call outs on the side. They're, light and fruity, plant powered protein. So refreshing, nothing artificial. It's just a good product.
Yeah. Solid branding. I remember seeing it on shelf in the UK, and it just really popped. And it looks like, on trend with some other things that we're seeing in the functional beverage space.
I think if you put it next to Trip, it has like that same kind of cool cachet about it.
It looks cool. Like I want to be cool and drink that.
And obviously it's branded by somebody who knows a bit about cool.
Yeah.
I would like a Feisty t-shirt or like a Feisty muscle shirt.
Yeah. I just love the word too. Like feisty. It's just
a
fun word.
I take a Feisty tank that says DILF. There's a MILF one too, Melissa. So you could have, there's a MILF sticker upstairs for you.
Okay, good. I want that one.
Man, I love Feisty.
I like that.
But anyway, thanks V for sending this along. I know it's not that easy to send stuff from the UK, especially right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Super tasty. This peach is really good.
Switching gears to food for a sec. Congratulations to Tia Lupita and its founder, Hector Saldivar. Tia Lupita was recently acquired by Valore Foods, which is a San Antonio, Texas-based distributor and commercial subsidiary of heritage food brands, including Costeña, Jumex, and Totis. I think I'm pronouncing all those correctly.
I think it'd be Jumex, but okay.
Okay, Jumex. There you go. But Tia Lupita is a maker of better-for-you Mexican food-inspired snacks, including its grain-free tortilla chips, a hot sauce, a few hot sauces actually. They make a hot sauce, a salsa verde, and a chipotle, and of course, my favorite product of theirs, their salsa matcha. Hector is one of the nicest guys in the industry. I sat down with him about 4 years ago for an interview for Taste Radio, and talk about a great success story. Here's a guy who took inspiration from his mom's kitchen and just built a really beautiful brand that inspires the customer to appreciate the heritage of what he's doing, but also eat really well.
I feel like it's a zero sacrifice brand too, where he's been able to, as you said, really play on that heritage and make just explosive flavor too. It's and they've been a great member of the Nosh community for a while.
Yeah.
The Tia Lupita's crew, and we're just super excited for them.
Yeah, it sounds like it's just going to be a great partnership too. Like, this company knows his demographic. I think they're based in Texas.
Jumex and Mexico, yep.
And he's also staying at the helm. So I'm excited that him and his team are still going to be running the brand, because I would miss seeing him at the trade shows. Like, he is the brand. He's the personality.
He's cool.
And you can tell that he eats, sleeps, and breathes Tia Lupita.
Hopefully this isn't the last acquisition we see from Jumex too, because they've got quite a bit of money. So there's great potential for our R&D. Hopefully we'll see some new Tia Lupita products come out and things of that nature that'll give them some much needed runway, because any startup, as we all know, needs some kind of cash injection to be able to go to that next level and support. A lot of them are really working from and I don't know if Tia Lupita specifically was, but a lot of them are working from a venture capital sort of, hey, let's get that top line growth and not worry about the bottom line, and we need to be acquired. And so, we've seen that's what's happening here. Hopefully that's what's happening here, and they're going to be able to get some of that much needed runway to do some innovation.
Yeah, I am.
And expansion.
I'm just really happy, because this is, I feel like, a vision that Hector has had from the brand from the start. When I sat down with him, he talked about how American consumers have been misled about Mexican cuisine and culture because of brands like Taco Bell. And people have come to believe that Mexican food is cheap and greasy and bad for you. And he's creating better for you versions to establish this next generation of Mexican food brands that allows people to honor the heritage of that cuisine and culture.
Better for you and tastes amazing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Melissa, earlier you mentioned the brand Chomps, and you're going to be sitting down with someone from Chomps as part of the Nom-based podcast. Who is it from Chomps?
Lauren Martin. So
Okay.
she's their head of merchandising.
Outstanding. Merchandising, by the way, I keep having these conversations with entrepreneurs about merchandising, and it's so difficult because you can't, as a founder, especially as an early stage founder, decide where your product is going to be sold in store or on shelf.
This is a luxury position at a company. If you think about building a startup, to have somebody who is your head of merchandising. And this is the kind of awesome insight that you get from the Nom-based podcast. Melissa will find someone in a position like this, that's the dream hire for many of the brands in our community, and have an interview like this. What are you going to talk about?
So she was at Justin's, she was at Lily's Chocolate, and she explains all of the factors that go into setting up a great merchandising program, including packaging, how to tie demos into merchandising. And she had some really amazing tips for how to get your product all over the store without necessarily paying for it. And that's something that all of the brands in our audience want to hear.
Yeah, I mean, the Nom-based podcast just really provides a lot of great tidbits, takeaways, insider secrets in a way, for operators that are in the nitty-gritty of the day-to-day and trying to, get the next sale, get the next retailer, you name it.
There's There's always a moment in every conversation where the person that I'm talking to will share some sort of secret or tip. And I'll think, oh my God, I can't believe you just said that. That's amazing. Everyone's going to love this.
Can you tell we want you to subscribe to the Non-Base Podcast on your listening platform of choice?
Of course.
Yes.
I mean, you should. You should. I mean, that kind of tactical advice isn't always available, and it is available incredibly for free on the Non-Base Podcast. I mentioned Chomps because I'm really excited to sit down with someone from Chomps, and that's going to happen next month on August 14th in Chicago in the Pilsen neighborhood at Host Cocktails event space. Going to be sitting down with Rashid Ali, who is the co-founder and CEO of Chomps. He is based in Chicago. We're going to be talking about how that brand has just been an incredible rocket ship. I sat down with Rashid and his co-founder Pete Maldonado about 3 years ago at Expo West. At the time, they had raised $80 million in equity capital, and the company was valued at over $200 million. It's certainly worth a lot more than that. Today, Chomps is everywhere. It is the leading brand in the better-for-you meat snack category or space. And I'm really excited to build upon that conversation in an interview, live interview that is, next month at our Taste Radio meetup.
I can't wait.
If you haven't registered for that meetup yet, it's very easy to do so. Go to tasteradio.com/Chicago. And of course, we have more meetups coming out the following months. In September 16th in San Diego, September 18th in San Francisco, and October 2nd in London. So
that's San Diego, everyone.
yes. So if you're in the area, if you're going to those areas around that time, just register. Go to tasteradio.com/the cities that I mentioned.
That's
San
London,
Diego,
England. Not to be confused with London, Ontario.
San Diego, San Francisco, and London. Yes. Very excited for all those meetups and excited to see all you folks out there. All right. It's time for new and notable products here at Taste Radio. And who wants to start here?
Jackie? Let's
I
start
can
with Jackie.
start.
Yeah, Jackie. There you go.
Yeah, I'll start this time.
All right.
All right. I have some hard water kefir from Fermenteria or Fermenteria.
Fermenteria. Look at this.
Fermenteria.
Also has some
We're
tips.
twins.
Oh, they're twinning
Yes.
products. Oh,
Okay,
boy.
perfect. We can sample it together. So they are based in Texas, San Antonio, Texas. I believe they actually have a tap room. And I have 2 of their SKUs, but I know that they have like a bunch of different flavors. This is their Thai lime coconut, and this is their hibiscus sangria. They're 5% alcohol. They also say on the front of the can, sparkling probiotic seltzer. So definitely similar like alcoholic kombucha. And yeah, I'm going to give it a go. Just a little sip because it's only, 8:30 my time?
I just want to point out that this was completely unplanned. I chatted with Jade Shepard, the founder of Fermenteria, and I also have their probiotic bubble water. So they have an alk and a non-alk. Very nice. I have for non-alk, I have strawberry lime, and I also pulled the Thai lime coconut hard water kefir. So we're on the same page, Jackie.
It's
what
good.
Do you think?
It's I mean, compared to like say like a kombucha, I feel like kombucha sometimes can be maybe a little bit sweeter or more vinegary. It's very light. It just has a little tang to it.
Very light. There's 0 sugar, 10 calories in the bubble water. And then in the hard water kefir, there's also 0 sugars and it's 100 calories due to the alcohol. But I think it's such a nice product. And, you know, the probiotic bubble water, which is the non-alc version, has almost like a little bit of a yeasty aftertaste. And I think if you're trying to avoid alcohol or maybe zebra striping, maybe you do a hard and then, you know, a non-alc, it kind of gives you the feeling that you're having a beer or some sort of fermented alcohol product. So I think they're a really nice complement to each other.
I love that you use that term zebra striping. Striping. That's the first time I think we've mentioned this on the show.
I've been zebra striping my butt off.
Yes.
One of your stripes is a lot wider than the other one, though, I think.
Well, I think the term that we had been using was flex sober, which is you have a drink and then you have a non-alc drink. You have a alcoholic drink, then you have a non-alc drink. So, but zebra striping, I like that better.
as much as I love alcohol, I really find that I have to be so careful because otherwise I get a migraine. So I just got back from Montreal, and my husband and I went to Von Papillon, which is one of our favorite restaurants there. And they had an option on the non-alc menu that was a collaboration with Seltzer, which is, a big beverage brand in Canada, and a restaurateur named Danny Smiles, who owns a few restaurants there. I tried their Amaro version, and I just thought it was such a nice way to kind of offset the sips of my husband's cocktails with something that I could be drinking. Because I mean, like, I love a cocktail, I love a drink, but I just can't handle it like I used to. And I think another thing that I really loved about the product is that, again, it was 0 calories. It had a nice sort of like herbaceous, bitter orange. There's some quinine in there too. But if I'm not going to have a cocktail, I don't want it to have, 15 grams of sugar in there. Like, I want to, benefit from the fact that I'm not drinking, in addition to not getting a headache.
You want it all. Melissa wants it all.
I like that. Melissa, you're probably speaking for a lot of people who have to consume the way you consume, or choose to consume the way you consume.
So sad, but what am I going to do?
You know what? I just choose to get the migraine. That's the thing. I just choose to wake up the next day and be like, why did I do such a thing? Yes. Well, all right, Mike. Yeah, and don't shake your head at me in a negative.
I'm not judging you very much over here.
All right. Well, what do you got there? You got some Kate Farms. Look at that.
Yeah, right. We're going to have some things to say. So, I mean, I looked at this, and it's 25 grams of protein, high protein. And
first of all, let's talk about what Kate Farms is.
Kate Farms is a maker of plant-based products.
Smoothies and shakes.
Right.
They have primarily focused on the healthcare industry. And
I think this is one of those where they probably should figure out a way to call that out on here, just for the mainstream consumer who isn't familiar with why they do what they do. There's an interesting call out on the front here that it says it's the recommended #1 plant-based brand. It doesn't say by who, but that's one of their call outs on here. And then there's just a lot going on the back of pack.
In terms of ingredients, you mean?
Right. And I think, per what Ray said, people who, are recovering from surgery or have cancer or whatever it is, it's stuff that doesn't taste good is really hard to get someone to eat, because if you're having chemotherapy, I know this from my mom. She would say everything tastes like metal, or I can't taste anything or whatnot. So you try to give them something that just gives them a little bit of flavor. And this is pretty flavor explosive. They're trying to get you to taste the chocolate. They're trying to get you to taste the strawberry, but they're trying to get you to get a lot of stuff into you too. So it's loaded with vitamins, 25 grams of protein, and pretty tasty.
Yeah, I can see this as being a meal replacement as much as it is a nutrition drink. I mean, It has 160 calories, but it's got 25 grams of plant protein. As Mike pointed out, I mean, like a lot of vitamins and minerals in here. I don't even know if it mentions 27 vitamins and minerals, 0 grams of sugar, 6 grams of fiber.
27 vitamins and minerals, which usually points to there's got to be some kind of masking going on to so you're not tasting all that.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of things in here that we might otherwise criticize, but I think given the functionality of the beverage, you get away with it. And then one of my favorite beverages lately has a pretty strange name with a beautiful package, Corpse Reviver.
Which, is there a functional benefit? I know Corpse Reviver. I'm just trying to ask.
Corpse Reviver is a electrolyte beverage. In this case, I've got the prickly pear in my hand. Prickly pear hibiscus tea with electrolyte revival blend. It says, it's supposed to give you a little boost. Pretty good ingredient panel, 10 calories. This one is just... this one's prickly pear. This one's botanical. It's got cardamom, anise, pomegranate, lemon green tea, and an electrolyte revival blend. This stuff's tasty.
The design is beautiful.
Yeah, you want to try it?
Yeah.
Which one?
The pink one.
Ready?
Yeah.
Prickly pear, you're coming your way. Oh, I don't think it's going to blow up. Let's see. All right.
Yeah, I sat down with the founder and CEO, Anna Zespa, a few weeks back for an episode of Elevator Talk. Elevator Talk, once again, is a series that profiles early stage and disruptive brands from across the food and beverage industry. And it's interesting because I think they started out as one thing, and then they saw this opportunity to be more than that. So it's an electrolyte beverage, as Mike pointed out, but it's more for mainstream consumers than I think the niche audience that they were looking for or that they were targeting early on.
325 milligrams of potassium, 175 of magnesium, 75 of L-theanine, 20 milligrams of zinc, 20 milligrams of sodium. Jackie, what do you think of Corpse Reviver as a name? She calls you on Instagram. She'll be like, corpses. Hey, that's what the fans are calling.
I think I remember stopping by their booth and I thought like originally the packaging from afar was like kind of like feminine. And then I saw the name and I was just like, oh, interesting. So like, I don't know. I was surprised by the name when I saw it, but I like that it's like telling you kind of the function in kind of a fun way, you know, like you're reviving yourself from a corpse. It definitely makes you question it, you know, like which we've been talking about a little bit lately of just like sometimes making people question or having some sort of surprise is like a good thing.
Yeah, confusion.
Yeah.
Mike Cesario in particular is like confusion is an advantage in marketing. And you see this and you're like, what is that? And why is it so feminine? And why is it so playful? And why is this speaking to me? And I don't know. It just unlocks something for me. I love this stuff.
It tastes like a flavored seltzer with the added electrolyte benefits. And I can definitely imagine this reviving your corpse after you drink maybe way too much the night before to replenish some of those.
Not remembering what that's like. I like the magnesium play, and I like that there's a little green tea in it too. It's just like a nice sparkling tea.
And zinc. Yeah. None of us get enough zinc, right?
I'm sure we don't.
For listeners, not viewers, you may have not caught the point of a finger and the side eye that Melissa gave me when she talked about perhaps drinking too much and waking up overindulging, over-imbibing. Yeah, no.
I think you guys are a team.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Yes, you can have a sip of my cocktail the next time we have a company event.
That's
there
perfect.
you go. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jackie and I have mostly converted to the weed at this point.
Yeah, weed and mushrooms for me.
Yeah. The next morning, you thank yourself.
I think we got time for one more brand product, and that one looks pretty interesting by your side there, Melissa. What is that?
Yeah, so this is another thing I brought back from Montreal. We go every year. We send our kids to sleepaway camp, and we go to Montreal by ourselves. And every single year, I stock up on these Koyo products. So it's an imported product from Japan. There's this Japanese market that I love. I have the ume plum vinegar here with me, but I also stocked up on their sesame oil, their mirin, and their brown rice vinegar.
I remember this from last year.
And I have never found an ume plum vinegar like this anywhere else. I've ordered them off the internet. Eden has one. They're no good. This one
Have you tried Japan?
you know, I've gone to the ends of the earth.
Except for Japan.
Except for Japan. But it's I just love this ume plum vinegar so much. I use it in so many things. Anytime you need something that's a little bit tart, I love it. Now I'm all stocked up. So good for me.
Good for you indeed. And good for our audience for, knowing now that there is a plum vinegar that exists that is actually worthy of being in your cabinet.
But you're going to have to go to Montreal or Japan because I can't find a way to order it off of the internet that doesn't cost like, $200 a bottle or something like that.
Well, listeners, if you have any advice on that front, just let us know.
Please.
I bet someone has the hookup for you, Melissa. You just gotta put it out
let
there.
me know. I'm desperate. Well, not now, but I will be.
Ask at tasteradio.com or the non-based Slack. There you go.
That's right.